Hi, this is Joe Davis with GotBaseballCards.com. I'm a lifelong sports card collector and hobby veteran for over 30 years. We are very excited to offer you this channel to provide you the finest in sports card news and entertainment. Thanks for watching. Greetings everyone, it's Joe
and Doug,
and we are back in the studio today. We got lots of toys out here, Doug.
You've got new toys and old toys.
That's
Joe.
right, lots of them. And
why do you have these toys out here?
Today we're talking card grading and providing some tips, tricks, and techniques for our viewers. And so,
kind of peeling back a little bit behind the curtain.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes.
Yep, we are. And so what we're doing today is there are many techniques in reviewing and pre-screening cards. As you know, we offer that to our customers. You pre-screen them, Eli pre-screens them, I pre-screen them. So we look at thousands of cards every week for customers to help guide them in what should and should not be graded. Today we're going to show off some of the tools we use to help examine cards. So first of all, we're going to start off. This is a nice 10 power large head loop, which will dramatically blows up the corners, the edges as you look at them. Of course, this is also lighted. We are also going to move on. This is a nice...
It may be a large head loop, but these are not very expensive at all.
No, they're not.
Maybe $20 or $30 at Walmart. 10 power magnification, and once you get used to it, it's very easy to review the entire card because you have the freedom.
Yeah.
I use the magnifier on corners, a 10 power magnifier on corners if I have a question on a specific corner, but for overall reviewing a card, it's nice to have the freedom to move it around under this power, and you do get to see the same type magnification.
Exactly. But the other thing we're going to do, this is something we've never really shared on camera, but it is a very effective technique which requires going in the dark. Now, Doug, back in the day as a child of the 70s, did you have any black light posters?
Actually, I was not that old, Joe, but no. My sister, who's a little bit older than me, she had black light posters. Oh my goodness!
So did y'all have the purple light bulb in the room somewhere to look at?
She had her lamp. One of her lamps had the purple bulb in it. My mom would go in to vacuum and turn it on, and she'd be like, "I can't see anything." So. I don't know that it lasted long.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about how...
Kenny Rogers didn't have any black light posters back when I was young.
I thought it was Captain and Tennille.
Well, Joe, Kenny Rogers was bad enough.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about how using a black light can be effective especially on vintage cards, and why. We'll show you that in a minute. But also just having a nice overhead LED light is very helpful. But to best...
You mean like an overhead LED light?
No, in the room we're in, they are not so nice fluorescent bulbs, which is not the best thing for viewing your cards. So we are going to demonstrate that, but you know what? It's best done in the dark. So we're going to move our loop a little. And I've always wanted to do this, so we want to show this to customers. So I remember the clap-on commercials, you know. So if I remember, here's how it's done.
Wow. Wait, Joe, it's not one, it's...
Ah.
Oh my gosh. Now, hey, I've never looked better on camera.
Wow. All right. So we are truly taking you in the dark today.
Do we know where the light is?
We do. We're going to shine some light on these cards.
Oh.
There we go.
There it is.
So I'm using a simple Lepre. This is I believe it's a 7-level LED light. So this is a great technique. We'll use the two together. This little light here, if you put it on your desk, again, these are very affordable, about $25, $30. If you combine this light in the dark and a 10 power large head loop like this, magnifier, you will be amazed at what it will show you. Let's start with some modern. As we know, Panini, Prism, of course, you review thousands of these. Prism, Topps Chrome, any type of Chrome card are some of the most popular in the market.
Mosaic,
Mosaic Select, any Chrome-based card. However,
they have a lot of issues with the very top surface. There's usually, and that's what we have to look for, tiny little dust particles and little pits and little imperfections, and they're very hard to see if you don't get the angle just right. But with the high power lamp, the LED, and the magnifier, they
pop.
They tend to show very easily. We've also had the situation where there's like literally a dimple in the card. And I know we've missed them, and we've gotten 6s on cards before. If the dimple is in their jersey, or it is so hard to see, but when you...
Got one right there.
Yeah, when you put it under the high power light in the dark, they stand out. It's like obvious at that point. You turn the lights on in the room and it goes away. It's very difficult to see. So these are just some of the issues with the ultra modern, I use that term,
right.
PSA term, but the brand new cards that are out there. Paper cards, they have their own issues, like Topps base and Bowman base and any Score football, and I won't even get to the foil cards like certified football, different issues. But these Topps Chrome type, Prism, Select, all the shiny surfaced silver colored cards are very difficult to pick these imperfections out, and this helps tremendously.
Yeah, so literally for $60 you can get you a nice lamp, you can get you a nice magnifier, and you put the two together and you will greatly move up the scale in expertise as a pre-screener, because it will help you see so many imperfections. Now, this is also incredibly helpful with vintage cards. With vintage, of course, you're looking at surface for creases and so forth, but one of the biggest things is these old white bordered Topps and Bowman cards. The corners, once you put them under 10 power, a little soft corner suddenly looks really ugly because it looks brown and you're seeing cardboard stock showing. And whereas you look at it with the naked eye, you're like, oh, it's not a bad corner. You multiply that by 10 with a bright light over it, makes a dramatic difference. And so again, whether it be modern or vintage, these are phenomenal tools to use to help you. So now we're going back in the dark.
Well,
go ahead and finish.
No, grading cards is more expensive than ever, Joe.
Oh yeah.
This process is more important than ever, and we really wanted to kind of show a little bit. We didn't come up with this idea. This is the way grading companies do it. They have way more technology, but this is technology that the average person can get very easily, and it helps you. I'd say it helps your screening at least 90% over just raw natural lighting. It's very helpful to pick out those pits and such.
Yeah, because when you're just using natural fluorescent light, it doesn't, I mean, some of our pre-screeners swear by that this is so much more helpful than just looking in natural light, because you've got concentrated light on the card, you've got a concentrated magnification on the card, makes all the difference in the world. And when you're pre-screening sometimes 500, 600 cards a day, think about the difference it makes, the wear and tear on the eyes, and the quality of the service we are able to provide, which we do every day for our customers. So we're going to go back in the dark for a minute and show off one other type of lighting.
Oh, what? Oh, you didn't clap, Joe.
Oh, you're right,
Wait,
I did.
Let me do it now. Oh, it's already dark. Glad I didn't accidentally turn the light back on.
And apparently we've already overworked our black light, so we're going to go back. So we will...
Oh, wait,
there we go.
Just took a moment.
All right, so we're going in black light now.
We might want to consider this just for everyday filming.
That's right.
Shirt spot.
That's right.
That's awesome.
So you may say, what in the world is the purpose of using a black light in grading cards? For those of you who don't know, back in the day, there were unscrupulous collectors, dealers, whoever, and they could obtain some of the finishing coating that manufacturers would use.
Now, I wonder if unscrupulous is the word, or that was just they didn't understand that they were altering the cards. That was sold in the hobby as a way to make your cards look new again. It wasn't, you weren't trying to fake someone out. You were just trying to make your own cards
look better.
Look better. So I don't
Could be. and we'd have to go back in time to know what their intent was. So
Well, I know that it was advertised in the publications back then. Like you could buy the little.
I didn't know
corners.
that.
I thought that was the case. Maybe I'm wrong then. Joe.
But I learned this the hard way, because I remember the first Clemente rookie that I bought, and I was so proud, like, oh, what a beautiful card. Sent it in to get graded, and it came back altered. And I said, wait a minute, the card is completely full. It hasn't been cut in any way. And they're like, no, it's been retouched on the edges. I'm like, what does that mean? And I took it to a different grading company, and I'll never forget, they showed me a black light, and they showed me the corners and the edges, and the corners, it looked like a completely different color under the black light. So a black light is a great technique if you're examining vintage cards. Now, none of these, to my knowledge, were altered. That we just grabbed some old 54 Bowmans, but
Put it up there on that light. Let's just see.
excuse me, 55 Bowmans, and so can't see them in the dark.
Yeah, I don't know. None of the edges showed up like our lettering on our shirts.
Right.
So I don't think that one's been touched up.
No,
I think.
but you can use these, and when you will see a vast difference in anywhere the card has been touched up. It also sometimes will show off some different imperfections as well on the borders. But if you have a vintage card that's been retouched, that white finish that looks like a white finish to the naked eye pops completely differently under black light. Today it was just our objective was just to educate you a little bit. There are a lot of tools out there you can only spend a few dollars on, and it will greatly help you in pre-screening your own cards. And if you don't want to go to the trouble, send them in to us. We'll pre-screen them for you. It's free.
Yeah, do it yourself, and then we'll do it for you as well.
So check us out, GotBaseballCards.com, all the info you need for grading. Thanks for watching today, and we will be back next time with more great info. Thanks, guys.